We are guarantee you, Speaker, under your leadership, if there's a county officer seated here, under this assembly, you will face the law. Another thing, Honorable Speaker, the chair has said, in a jokingly manner, that this assembly will not entertain any officer, any county executive employee who jokes around with this assembly. We've done that before, even to the mightiest of the mightiest. We're not scared of doing again and again, especially the chairs of our respective committees. If you're a chief officer seated in the gallery, take note of this. Our chairs must be respected. Our vice chairs must be respected. The committees must be respected. There is no choice otherwise to this. I repeat, they must be respected across. Whether he knows English or not, he's an honorable member of this House. Because there's a tendency from executive saying, mere MCS. May I not hear that word again from any executive member, calling the honorable member a mere MCA. Honorable Speaker, lastly, it does not exclude executive, both the staffs and the executive wing, to petition this assembly on anything that you feel is contrary to the law. You are free to the office of the Speaker through a petition, office of the clerk, to my office, a leader of majority, to speak to us anything you feel is pressing on the executive. Not that we don't listen to others. We are quiet, but we are hearing loud and clear what's happening on the other aisle. Please, County Secretary, again, take charge of your staffs before we take charge on this side. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yeah, the Honorable Minority Leader, please. Your mic is on.
Honorable Speaker, I think I pressed the button.
And those are live pictures from the City Hall building. Those are members of the County Assembly of Nairobi debating right there ahead of the budget reading for the year 2023-2024 that will be read by the CEC Finance, who is Charles Kerich. Will be giving you the details of that budget in our subsequent bulletins. Moving on, the Conference of Catholic Bishops have proposed new measures to help in promoting peace in the North Rift region. The bishops, while calling for peace, were joined by Nandi Governor Stephen Sang, who cautioned those behind attacks while urging the government to take action against those instigating war in the region.
Develop a platform for a multifaceted approach and to bring stakeholders together, both state and non-state actors. This includes investing in conflict resolution mechanisms, promoting dialogue between communities, disarmament initiatives, addressing historical grievances, and fostering inclusive governance. Point number 10. Engage community, religious, political, and other opinion leaders as mediators with the goodwill of both national and county governments. These will help foster trust and create conducive environment for dialogue.
Number 4, to mainstream peace activities in already existing programs and projects, and to adopt an integrated programming approach. Number 5, to hold annual North Rift Peace Initiative conferences on rotational basis.
The situation around Kerio Valley cannot be sorted by government alone. We have tried whatever we have been able to do, both government at the local level and at the national level. We think it is time for us to synergize, bring together all the actors within the region and provide a lasting solution to the challenges in Kerio Valley. We cannot talk about any meaningful development within our region if Kerio Valley is bleeding. And I want to say, Bishop, part of the reason why we have never gotten it right is because we have never developed sufficient courage to call the situation as what it is in that region.
Let us give the actors, people who perform this activity of cattle rustling, an opportunity to play a central center. Let us provide resources. Let us give all the necessary support that is needed. But when it comes to talking to them, talking to those people, we need, one, to identify the reformed warriors. Number two, we need to get leaders who come from those particular communities, and majorly those who have set a pace in building peace.
Now, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has today held a meeting with the president of the Friedrich Ebert Foundation, Martin Schulz. The two discussed bilateral relations among the two countries, with the DP calling for increased efforts in sorting out the current challenges being witnessed in some neighboring countries. Martin lauded Kenya for its role in promoting peace in the East African region. Away from that, property worth millions of shillings was destroyed to ashes in Hillgate Trading Center in Nakuru County after a house in the area caught fire. More than 40 children from a nearby orphanage narrowly escaped death due to the immediate response from neighbors and firefighters. Olok area MCA Mr. Peter Palanga promised to push the county government to support the affected families.
Hapa ninakuwa na duka na store ninaweka kila kitu, na hakuna kitu nimeokoa. Chumoto ilitoka kwa jirani, nikaambiwa ati moto. Sasa wakati nilitoka kurudi, hakuna kitu niliokoa. Watu nikashikwa huko nje, hakuna kitu niliokoa. Hakuna kitu niliokoa. Kila kitu imechomeka. Hakuna kitu nimeokoa. Kila kitu imeenda. Around 150 cause tulikuwa hapa na safari. Pesa nilikuwa nimepanga hapo. Ndio nilikuwa zingine nilikuwa na nini? Sa stock yote ilikuwa imenini. Sasa pesa yote imeenda.
Poteza kila kitu, nyumba, vitu za kazi, hoteli, club, vitu zimepotea, zimechomeka zote. Kuna kitu tumeokoa. Imeenda hasara ya pesa mingi kabisa.
Hawa watu wetu ambao wameathirika, vitu zao zimechomeka, manguo na wala nini. Naomba kwamba madam tuwe na mpangilio ya kuona kwamba vile tunaweza rejesha hawa watu katika maisha yao ya kufanya biashara tena, angalau wakuwe na tumaini kuishi. Kwa sababu ninahofia kwamba maisha haya, kwamba walipoteza kazi na tena wapoteze vitu za dhamana kama hivi, tuna uwezekano kwamba tunapoteza watu watakufa kwa ajili ya stress ya hii mambo.
Namshukuru Mungu ni kwa sababu watoto wote wa children home wako hai, hata wadogo, na vitu zetu zimeokolewa. Siko pale maguo nini, hata igawa kuna vitu zimeporwa, chakula ndio imeporwa, lakini tunamshukuru Mungu ni kwa sababu chakula ni watu huleta na Mungu atagusa watu na wataweza kutuletea na watoto wapate chakula.
Nimekuwa hapa tukizima moto ikimalizika, na nimeona uharibifu ambao umekuwa hapa. Nimesikia malalamiko, watu wamepotezewa na biashara zao, watu wamepotezewa na manguo na vitu mingi nimeona zimepotea, ambazo nimesikia ambayo mheshimiwa wenu amesema wengi walikuwa wamepoteza kazi lakini kufanya biashara hapa. Najua sasa kuna watu wengi hawana mahali ya kulala. Kwa hivyo mimi Kenya nataka kuhakikishia ni ya kwamba nimekuja kusimama hapa kuhakikishia hakuna mtu atalala nje leo.
Now, bar owners in Lookuptv County have vowed to team up with the government in the fight against illicit brew. Speaking in Anyuki town, the traders noted that the fight against the brew is a collective responsibility, with Laikipia County Commissioner lauding the bar owners for joining hands with the government in fighting the menace.
Kama huku Laikipia sisi tunauza sherehe, hatuuzi pombe. So kwa hii kazi yetu ya kuuza sherehe tumekubaliana na hivyo ndio tulikuwa tumekubaliana mwaka uliopita na mwaka hiyo ingine ulikuwa umepita, tulikubaliana kwamba hatujakubalisha counterfeits kabisa huko Laikipia, na bwana commissioner na county commander pia wameconfirm kwamba hizo zimepungua Laikipia in general. Na so hii ni vita tumekuwa tukifanya kwa muda mrefu na tunaendelea tu nayo. Juu sisi tunataka wale wanatutembelea huku Laikipia wanakuja kupiga sherehe kama kawaida bila kuogopa ile pombe wanakunywa.
Na ndio umesikia Laikipia hatuna vurumai, hatuna vuguvugu, kwa sababu tumehamasishana njia tofauti za kutatua tofauti zilizoko. Tunaweza tukafanya mediation, tunaweza tukafanya reconciliation, lakini sio kila jambo tukakimbiza kotini. Tuweze kushauriana na kutatua na kuhamasishana. Tumehimiza pia mno tujenge uhusiano bora na hawa, tukijua ndio walipa kodi.
Tuangalie ile time imeandikwa kwa license yako. That is one. Ya pili, ule mtu anakuuzia pombe akiwa distributor, tafadhali muitishe receipt. Na county government ndio itusaidia. Wala watu watapatiwa license ya distribution wakuwa wanapatia wenzetu receipt. Ya tatu, vile umesikia kuna vilabu zingine ziligwaruzwa kidogo, but the partnership that we have had here inaonekana watu watapata barua.
The herbalists from Kisii County have challenged lawmakers to craft legislation on herbal medicine to facilitate treatment of chronic diseases which conventional drugs have failed to cure. The Herbalist Society of Kenya leader Dr. Lydia Matoke lamented over the inaction by parliamentarians to come up with a law while urging county governments to fast-track enacting of the bill.
Changamoto yangu kubwa, hakuna sheria. Kama tungekuwa na sheria na wenye wanatengeneza sheria ni ninyi wanasiasa, mnatuletea wagonjwa usiku, mnatuletea wagonjwa nyuma ya mlango. Hamtaki kucha mbele kwa sababu hamchatupigania. Kila wakati mkichaguliwa tunawapigia kura, mnaenda parliament, hamwezi kufuatilia mambo ya afya vizuri ili muweze kuhakikisha ya kwamba hata tiba asili imeondolewa. Kile kipengele cha mkoloni kinasema tiba asili ni uchawi. Hiyo ndio tunataka iondolewe, na itaondolewa tu ikiwa mtafuatilia ile sera ambayo tulikuwa tunatengeneza. Tulihusishwa document moja, the bill on traditional and alternative medicine, and we have a policy on traditional and alternative medicine. What are these two documents doing at the Ministry of Health? Why are they stagnating there? Can any of our politicians, please, you take the lead. You are our people. You get sick. Most of you come from families where we have funny diseases. So please, I beg you, I beg the governors, I beg the senators, I beg the politicians, you make sure you have gotten those two documents and we get the documents in Parliament so that we can be free. We are better than the professors who have studied, who have written so many papers. They have so many masanduku, they have so many, everything they have in their offices, but they are not clinicians. Changamoto ya kukosa mashamba, mahali ya wenye tiba wataweza kupanda dawa nyingi, ni ninyi kama county munaweza kutusaidia. Na dawa hizi ni zenye zimepakiwa
And on the roads, there could be a looming crisis in the transport sector after long-distance drivers and conductors association, in collaboration with the Kenya Drivers Association, hinted at planning to down the tolls starting July 12th, following the government's plan through NTSA to retest and charge all drivers at a fee of 1,050. The drivers have called on CS Roads Transport and Infrastructure Kipchumba Murkomen to halt the process with immediate effect and call for dialogue.
So sisi tunauliza serikali ni kwa nini walikorifisha system ya NTSA alafu wanakuja na system kusema kwamba mihuri haipo, mtu akienda kurenew anaambiwa enda driving school kama vile mwenzangu amesema. Kwa hivyo kama ni serikali wanafaa kuunda miundo msingi mahali ambapo wanaweza kupatia mtu shule ambayo watu watasomea.
We acknowledge the importance of ensuring road safety and competent drivers. However, the financial burden imposed on drivers through this additional fee is unfair and requires immediate action. Number 2, non-inclusion of drivers in negotiations and agreement. We strongly believe that any negotiations or agreements that impact drivers should include their direct involvement. It is crucial that the voices of drivers are heard and considered in these discussions.
Mshahara, angalia driver anabeba abiria, anabeba uhai wa kila mtu. Yeye ndio tegemea kila kitu. Sasa akishatoka huko na abiria na kushakuletea pesa kidogo anakupa hiyo, unaanza kulalamika, pesa umekula, pesa ni hiyo, tafadhali wadosi wetu. Tuangalie hayo.
And now to some sporting action. National Assembly Sports and Culture Committee, today led by member of Teso South Mary Emase, inspected the progress of Jamhuri Sports Complex, which is under construction. The construction, which was set to be completed a year ago, is one of the stadiums expected to host the African Cup of Nations of the Pamoja bid is successful.
So I'll just run through this map. I think it's easier to explain with the map so that it's all clear.
That on quarterly basis, we should be able to give a report of the status of implementation progress of national government projects that are funded through the exchequer or the national budget. So we came to, because we supervise this ministry as one of the our core responsibility. We visited today Posta Jamhuri grounds to ascertain the status of progress of the works that have been ongoing on this project. And particularly we were concerned about the handing over, why the project has not been handed over, what is the status of completion. And I must say that from what we have seen, this project, we have been informed, should have been handed over more than a year ago. So the contractor is still on site, incurring a lot of costs, there are liabilities that need to be paid, and this is going to be an additional cost. Secondly, there are issues of security. The project is it's actually complete. There are a few issues that need to be done, but there is a lot of vandalism. So security is an issue, and we are surprised because there is a police station that was built by this project, under this project. How come the police officers within the police station that's domiciled within the project are unable to provide security?
And we come to the end of this broadcast, but let me bring you up to speed with what you can expect in our subsequent bulletins at 7 p.m. and at 9 p.m. Of course, we'll be looking at the cost of electricity, which has been attracting a lot of reactions. And as well, we'll be looking at the Nairobi budget that is currently being tabled in Parliament. Of course, there's a debate going on, and as soon as that the bill, as soon as the budget gets read, then we will be right there just to give you the details and break it down to you as well. And right now we'll be crossing over there. But remember to keep it right here on Lookuptv, and at 9 p.m. this evening we'll be having a look. Remember, it's the Legally Speaking conversation, and we'll be talking about the freedom of the press. And joining me will be the Kenya Union of Journalists Secretary General, as well as an advocate, just to help us put into perspective what the right of a journalist and what freedom as is mentioned in the Constitution. I'm Nancy Lelima. Thank you so much for watching. For now, let's head over there to the Nairobi County Assembly at the City Hall building, where the budget 2023-2024 is currently being tabled.
Mr. Speaker, it is indeed a great privilege to present to this honorable assembly, the people of Nairobi and Kenyans at large, the budget highlights and revenue-raising measures for